Hello guys, my name is Andrew and this is my channel about movies. This is my first video for the English-speaking public. I hope, friends, you will like it and will follow me. Thanks! The 2024 horror movie lineup is filled with the new scary stories and the return of popular horror franchises, thanks to several upcoming releases. And here there are the 30 most anticipated horror movies of 2024. Let's go! My current top horror movie opens with the January film premiere of Night Swim. This movie is based on the 2014 short film Night Swim by Rod Blackhurst and Bruce McGear. McGear has teamed up with prominent horror producers James Wan and Jason Blum, who created the 2023 horror hit Megan, to develop the story into a feature-length film. The story follows a suburban family who discover their backyard swimming pool is haunted. This horror movie is opened worldwide on January 5th. Liza Frankenstein is not a traditional horror movie coming out in 2024, but the connection to a legendary horror character makes it applicable. The new film, written by Diablo Cody, is a romantic horror comedy starring Catherine Newton as a teenage girl looking for love, but reviving a corpse played by Cole Sprouse. Liza Frankenstein marks the feature film directorial debut from Zelda Williams and looks to be a hilarious and bloody remix of the familiar Frankenstein's monster story. The movie debuts in theaters on February 9th. Imaginary is a new horror movie from director Jeff Bedlow, who has previously done films like Truth or Dare and Fantasy Island. It is another Blumhouse production for Bedlow. Imaginary's story focuses on a woman who returns to her childhood home and learns her imaginary friend is quite real. It follows the woman played by Devonda Wise as she encounters her unhappy friend again after all these years. The cast also includes Veronica Falcone, Dan DeLegro, and Matthew Sato. Imaginary releases in theaters on February 9th. In fourth place among the expected horror movies is the South Korean horror film Exhuma. After a series of supernatural occurrences, a wealthy family living in Los Angeles hires two shamans to save their newborn child. Upon arrival, one shaman senses that the dark shadow of an ancestor has clung to the family. To dig up the grave and free the ancestor, shaman asks the help. Ominous energy begins to emanate from the excavated grave, and exhumation entails dire consequences. This horror movie starts on February 22nd. A late addition to the 2024 horror movie lineup came with the announcement of Mickey's Mousetrap. Following Mickey's Steamboat Willie persona entering the public domain, a horror movie based on the iconic character was quickly announced. Mickey's Mousetrap follows a group of friends who become targets of a serial killer dressed as Mickey Mouse. Audiences will have the chance to see Mickey's Mousetrap on March 1st. Sydney Sweeney starred in a new movie in 2024 called Immaculate that is meant to explore the horror genre. Immaculate's story follows Sweeney's character Cecilia, a devout Christian at an Italian convent who learns that there are dark secrets hidden there. The movie marks a return to horror and psychological thrillers for Sweeney. The movie debuts in theaters on March 22nd. The dark, twisted and bloody take on Winnie-the-Pooh and other creatures from the Hundred Acre Woods continues in 2024 with Winnie-the-Pooh, Blood and Honey 2. The sequel to the original slasher movie released in 2023 once again comes from the mind of writer-director Chris Frake Waterfield. Winnie-the-Pooh, Piglet and Christopher Robin are all confirmed to return for the next installment, while Tiger and Owl are also being added. The movie debuts in theaters on March 14th. The Omen franchise is returning in 2024 to add to the year's impressive horror movie lineup. The First Omen serves as a prequel to the original 1976 film and began development back in 2016. The new movie follows a woman who attempts to stop the Antichrist's birth after discovering a plot for his arrival within the Roman Church. The First Omen stars Neil Tiger-Free and Bill Nighy. The movie is set for a theatrical release on April 5th. on the eve of my birthday, friends. The third part of Australian franchise Wolf Creek is located in ninth place on my list of expected horror movies. An American family on holiday in the Australian outback attracts the attention of notorious serial killer Mick Taylor. A hellish nightmare ensures as the couple's two children escape but are pursued by Australia's most notorious killer. The possible release date for this horror movie is April 13th. The horror movie Abigail tells the story of a group of criminals who kidnapped a 12-year-old ballerina, the daughter of a powerful underworld figure. All they have to do to collect the $50 million ransom is watch the girl all night. But in an isolated mansion, the kidnappers discover a terrible secret, that the girl is a child vampire. This creepy film will premiere on April 9th. A new Silent Hill movie arrives for the first time in over a decade in 2024 thanks to Return to Silent Hill. Based on the popular video game franchise, specifically Silent Hill 2, the story of Return to Silent Hill follows James Sunderland, Jeremy Irwin, returning to the town in search of his lost love after receiving a mysterious letter. Anna Emily Anderson stars alongside Irwin as James' lost love interest. Return to Silent Hill arrives in theaters sometime in 2024. The possible release date for this film is April 26. Jacob Batalon tackles the horror genre with a new movie in 2024. After starring alongside Tom Holland in the three Marvel Cinematic Universe Spider-Man movies, Batalon now takes center stage in a movie about friends who begin to die connected to the fortunes of their horoscopes. It marks the directorial debuts of writers Spencer Cohen and Anna Hellberg. Horoscope's cast also includes Humberly Gonzalez, Alana Boden, and others. The movie debuts in theaters on May 10th. The classic tale of Cinderella is getting a horror remake in the upcoming film Cinderella's Curse. The film was produced and directed by Louisa Warren. Here's what she said. The movie is about the famous Carrie meeting Cinderella. I believe this is a reference to King's Carrie from 1976. Cinderella will have to go through hell, and no one will be able to get out of it. There is an incredible scene in which the carriage explodes in flames. It's going to be a fun ride. This horror movie starts on May 10th. M. Night Shyamalan's daughter, Ishana Shyamalan, is making her directorial debut with a 2024 horror movie. The Watcher stars Dakota Fanning as Mina, a young artist who becomes trapped in the woods with three strangers as mysterious creatures stalk them. The cast list also includes Barbarian's Georgina Campbell. Ishana Shyamalan's directorial debut with Watchers releases in theaters on June 7th. The A Quiet Place franchise returns with its third installment in 2024 thanks to A Quiet Place Day 1. The movie acts as a prequel to the first two installments and is set on the first day that the alien monsters begin tormenting humanity. Big director Michael Sarnowski steps behind the camera this time, replacing John Krasinski. A Quiet Place Day 1's cast features an almost entirely new group of actors led by Lupita Nyong'o, Joseph Quinn, and Alex Wolff. The movie debuts in theaters on June 28th. The Alien franchise returned like never before in 2024. The seventh installment in the live-action franchise overall takes place in the same universe as the other movies but is not directly connected to them through returning characters. Alien Romulus comes from director Fede Alvarez and stars Isabella Merced and Kelly Spenny. Plot details have not been confirmed, but Disney and 20th Century have an August 16th theatrical release planned. Beetlejuice returns in 2024 thanks to the long-awaited release of Beetlejuice 2. Tim Burton returns to direct the sequel that is over 30 years in the making, with Michael Keaton reprising his role as the titular character. Beetlejuice 2's cast also includes the return of Winona Ryder and Catherine O'Hara, while Jenna Ortega headlines the new additions like Monica Bellucci, William Dafoe, and Justin Theroux. The movie debuts in theaters on September 6. New horror movies include an American remake of the 2022 Danish movie Speak No Evil. The remake comes from director James Watkins and tells the story of a weekend country trip with a family that turns from a vacation into a nightmare. The 2024 Speak No Evil stars James McAvoy, Mackenzie Davis, and Scott McNairy in the lead roles. The psychological thriller horror movie is expected to release in theaters on September 13th. Cuckoo is a German horror movie directed by Tilman Singer, based on his own script. The film stars Hunter Schiffer, Dan Stevens, and Jessica Henwick. 17-year-old Gretchen is forced to spend the holidays with her family. Arriving at the vacation spot, she realizes that not everything is in order there. The film will have its world premiere at the 14th Berlinale International Film Festival in February. The movie will be released in wide release on September 26. The long road to getting a new adaptation of The Crow is finally going to materialize in 2024. The latest take comes from director Rupert Sanders and sees Bill Skarsgård step into the role of Eric Draven, previously played by Brandon Lee in the 1994 movie. 2024's The Crow reboot has been described as a modern reimagining of James Barr's original graphic novel. It's also meant to star Foundation's Laura Byrne and Danny Huston. The movie will be released on September 26. This year promises us the 11th installment of the Saw franchise. The film stars Tobin Bell as John Kramer, Shawnee Smith, Stephen Brand, and Michael Beach. The Saw 10 credits scene also marked the return of Costas Mandylor as Detective Mark Hoffman, so he could also return if the new film is still set in the past. The film began production in December 2023 and will premiere in US theaters on September 27th. The Legend of Johnny Jones is set in the housing projects of New Jersey. A young man who has known only poverty and violence all his life suffers from a mental disorder. Due to this, he begins to commit murders as brutally as anyone else in history. When his rage became impossible to control, a legend named Johnny Jones was born. This horror movie will be released worldwide on October 3rd. Also, in 2024, we will see the horror movie Crawls. It stars Richard Ryan, Luis de Lima, and others, and is directed by Guillermo Bermudez. In 2030, a zombie pandemic of biblical proportions will wipe out the population of the United States. The surviving Americans rush to Mexico, to El Santuario del Sur. Survivors believe this shelter is located on a rocky plateau that is free of zombies. This horror movie starts on October 10th. Following the first movie's release in 2022, the Smile franchise returns 2 years later with a sequel. Smile 2's story is not yet confirmed, nor other cast members who will return or join the horror franchise. Kyle Gallner, Jesse T. Usher, Gillian Zinsser could each reprise their roles from the previous movie, while Marty Matulis returning as the Smile Monstrosity is likely assured. Parker Finn returns to direct the sequel, which Paramount has already confidently dated for October 18th. The Terrifier franchise returns in 2024 with Terrifier 3, making the return of Art the Clown once more. Story details have yet to be revealed, but franchise director Damien Leone is back to guide it. This horror movie's only confirmed cast members are David Howard Thornton as Art and Lauren Lavera returning as Sienna. It is confirmed that the third installment in the franchise will have a theatrical release on October 25th, timed perfectly for the Halloween season. Also waiting for us is the long-awaited horror movie The Wolfman, directed by Leigh Whannell. The film will star Christopher Abbott and Julia Garner. The plot is painfully familiar to us viewers. After the hero is bitten by a werewolf, he finds himself under the influence of an ancient curse. The movie debuts in theaters on October 25th. The American horror movie Undying tells the story of a tragic car accident that left a woman in a 2-year coma. But when she awakens, she discovers that her fiancé is dead and her friends have abandoned her. So she calls on the evil spirit to raise her fiancé from the dead and take revenge. But revenge always has its price. Starring James Russo, Terry Reeves and Yelena Sanchez. Directed by James Logan. The world premiere is set for November 26. Robert Eggers' Nosferatu is arriving in 2024 to give horror movie audiences a fresh look at an iconic story. Lily Rose Depp plays the lead role in the cast as a young woman named Ellen, who becomes the target of the ancient vampire's stalking. Nosferatu's cast is incredibly exciting thanks to the appearances of William Dafoe, Bill Skarsgård, Aaron Taylor-Johnson, Nicholas Hoult, and Emma Corrin. Focus Features has confirmed plans to release Nosferatu on Christmas Day 2024. T. West's horror movie franchise returns in 2024 with the release of MaXXXine. The third installment of the series picks up after the events of Weeks by following Mia Goth's MaXXXine as she attempts to become an actress in 1980s Los Angeles. The movie includes appearances by Michelle Monaghan, Elizabeth Debicki, Giancarlo Esposito, Lily Collins, Kevin Bacon, Bobby Cannavale, and singer Halsey. A24 company has yet to announce when the third installment will be released in theaters. Stream is an upcoming horror movie directed and produced by Michael Levy, starring Jeffrey Combs and Daniel Harris. Roy and Elaine Keenan find themselves separated from their family and decide they need to do something about it. They put their work on the back burner and both take the opportunity to relive their past vacation. This film does not yet have a confirmed release date, and we can only wait for the premiere of horror movie Stream. Guys, thanks for watching me, follow me and like this video, and we will see you very soon. Bye bye!